How we doing, gamers? Welcome back to another episode of the Birchlands, where today I've got a small update for you. The villagers are still breeding. Basically, if you haven't seen the last episode, the villagers for some reason think that there's an unlimited amount of beds in the village. I don't really know what's up with that, to be honest. I took a couple out, and I had to replace all the beds in the village just to get them to cooperate in the iron farm, way over there. We've got every single Minecraft player's dream over here, unlimited villagers and everything. So, yeah, they're just going crazy right here. We got 4 baby villagers. And the reason why I want to stop this is because lag and everything. I don't want a whole bunch of just random villagers, like, screwing up the mob cap and everything. It'd really be a little bit annoying. This is kind of the situation we've got going right on over here. You see, they just keep sparkling like this. And this is most definitely a bug in the game. I'm 99% sure this is not an intended feature right here. But I think I've come up with a solution. I know I've said that, like, multiple times in the previous episode. What we're going to do, we're going to break every single bed in this village again. And hopefully, this will get them all recalibrated and everything. So, only one villager will be able to claim one bed as normal, in theory here. So this is going to mean that we got to break every last one of these beds here. It's going to be a little bit annoying, but you know, I just don't want this world to lag, man. I just kind of want to just be able to record in peace here. I don't like lag. I'm pretty sure no one else does either. Just going to go out on a limb right there. Now, right now is going to be the perfect time to do this, because obviously it's night and we can keep track of who's sleeping where and everything, and they will pair, like, right up to the beds when day falls eventually. But this is going to be, like, a frick ton of beds to break right here, because I added a whole bunch of new beds right in here in the village, in this old building. This is basically an old building right here. I built at the very start of the series and everything. And it's a little bit out of touch. It's not really exactly my modern building style that I have these days, so I wanted to tear it down, but it's being used once again after I literally took all the beds that used to be in here out. I've just decided, you know what, let's fill it up with more beds. You know, hopefully it'll solve a problem or something, you know? But, yeah, it did not. Anyways, we might need another shulker box to do all this. I really wish you could stack beds in situations like this, man. But they are still sparkling like crazy, and that's because there are beds left over, and they are all trying to claim the same bed right here. My goodness, are you seeing this right here? I can't even access the bed, because they're all freaking crowded around it. I hit a guy with an axe right there, because he was standing in the way. Yeah, this might have its effect on my reputation in this village, but that's completely fine in my book, you know? Anyways, hopefully those won't despawn. If they do, it's not the end of the world. We have a sheep farm after all, you know. It gives us plenty of wool. It's a manual one. It's not too fancy. And, you know, I wasn't really intending to have so many, like, crazy freaking villagers in this village in the first place. But yeah, this is going to be my final attempt at solving the overpopulation. If this doesn't work, I'm just gonna guess it's the villagers. They're the problem, basically, not the village itself. Because, come on now. I think that might be all of them right here. So there we go. We've got a village, a full frickin' village right here with 0 beds in it, ladies and gentlemen. It is truly a sight to behold, just seeing all these nerds just up and awake in the middle of the night. But, yeah, so... Oh, wait, hold on. There's still a couple more. And oh, wait, no, I did get these. Okay. Yeah, my short-term memory is kind of trash if you've been watching me for even a frame here. I think I'm going to take a nappy real quick. After I take out this spider right here. Can't really take a nap, you know, when there are spiders about. Please protect me, good sir. I'm just gonna take a quick nap right here. Hope you don't mind. You know, outside is the most convenient place to take a nap. I'm sure everyone's familiar with that. Now we gotta, place all these back right here. Why are all the villagers coming on over here? Am I really this popular? Holy frick. I think it's because of the golem, or it's just a freaking coincidence or something. They're just all wandering around because they don't know what else to do. They got 0 hours of sleep. You fricks are still breeding? Okay, good. I was gonna say, they really can't breed if there's, like, not a single bed in the village. Like, that just doesn't make any sense. Now we gotta place all these back. I'm pretty sure at least a couple have despawned right now, but, we're just gonna place them all back. When night falls, they'll hopefully go and try to reclaim them all, if not right now. And then, the situation will be solved pretty much, in theory. Hopefully it will be. I'd really like it to be. I don't want to have to do what I think I might have to do if these villagers do not cooperate. I don't want to have to take these villagers out. These villagers are extremely beloved, and it just really sucks that they're all bugged right now. But maybe I don't have to take them out. Maybe I can just use them for something. Since, you know, they are infinitely breeding villagers and stuff, you know, there's gotta be a use for that, right? Yeah, this has definitely been quite a situation right here, that's for sure. Now, obviously, because of all the breeding activity that has been going on the past couple episodes, there are definitely going to be some leftover villagers wandering in the streets at night right here. But what we want is we don't want any more coming in, basically, if you couldn't already tell. So, yeah, that's basically what the goal is of this right here, so... Here goes nothing. I don't want that there. That's not really a very good spot. Just saw sparkles right here. I'm not really sure if that's a villager claiming a workstation or a villager claiming a bed. I'm not really sure, but I guess I'll find out. Alright, so this is going to be the last batch of beds right here I gotta put down. Good to see that none of these have despawned. You know, that would be a mild inconvenience, but there we go. We got all that in place. Did I do the ones in here? No, I did not. Okay. Let's get that right in right there. Take this orange one. I should probably go through and color all these beds sometime. Here goes. So in theory this should work. They should see it as a normal village. I'm thinking what might have contributed to this glitch right here is during the testing of the iron farm, I was trying to get the villagers to work in there, obviously. It was a whole ordeal. I have like nearly an hour of unused footage from that episode, but basically, at one point, I turned my render distance down to 2 to unload these chunks right on over here, and I think that might have confused this village a little bit. Maybe that contributed to it. I'm not really sure. I mean, I don't really see how loading chunks would mess up a village. My intentions basically were to stop time in the village, essentially. Make the villagers that were in the farm forget about the village, because come on now, it's a thing of the past. You work for the iron farm now, buddy. Come on now. Alright, they are behaving as normal. That is exactly what I said and observed in the previous episode where we tried to fix the population and everything. What's really gonna show the outcome of this whole situation right here is going to be what happens at night. That's our big concern right here. We've definitely upgraded the labor force right here. As you can see, in the last episode I put down this whole farm right here. And we've got several new farmers right here. And what we're gonna do, as I did notice in one of the houses there, there's only one cauldron for a leather worker, basically, and it's looking a little asymmetrical. So since we've got an iron farm now and unlimited iron as a result, I'm gonna go craft up an extra cauldron real quick. Pretty sure I meant to craft one of these a long time ago, but just didn't. So yeah, I'm doing past me a favor right here. Alright, villager, you can go right back on in there, buddy. You can rejoin all your friends right here and everything. Or not, because you're freaking stubborn or something, I don't know. Just come right on up here. Eventually we'll have a wall built on that side of the village that'll make them stop going around the enchanting hall and causing mischief. But anyways, here's the cauldron. We're just gonna go and plunk this. I'm pretty sure, yeah, it's this building right here. Yes, it is. I was right. So there we go. So that's gonna be 2 cauldrons in here. This guy officially has a buddy after so many Minecraft days. And I'm sure that'll get claimed by this guy right on over here. Yes, sir. You just go right on in there. And what trades do you have, my man? You got yourself some leather right here. It does appear this guy heard about the little axe incident earlier. So I'm going to repair my reputation in this village and go look for some leather to maybe boost the economy right here and make the villagers forget about my past actions. After looking around right here, it does look like I've got a little bit of leather saved up here, not gonna lie, that's pretty nice. What I'm also gonna do as well is we're gonna go on over to the rabbit farm right on over here. Now this is one of the best farms in Minecraft in my opinion. Basically you use your sweeping edge and it takes a whole bunch of them out and it gives you a whole burst of XP. It's actually kind of crazy. But it also gives, obviously, you know, a lot of rabbit as well, and rabbit hides, and rabbit's feet too. It's really good, you know, because the rabbits go down in one hit, and look at all this XP we're getting right here. Not to mention all the goods right here too. The only problem is that this farm really likes to eat up a whole bunch of carrots. Like, we're talking full stacks right here, if you've got the whole place loaded and stuff. But I probably wouldn't have a use for any of these carrots anyways, not gonna lie. Alright, back to the village we go. And I'm sorry if I sound, I guess, a little bit less expressive in this video. I do have to talk a little bit softer because it's finals week, and basically in the dorms we've got 24-hour quiet hours. Basically means you make a big noise, people come knocking on your door. So I'm really not trying to do that right here. But anyways, where is my friend, my buddy, my new leather worker guy? There's one of them. I'm not really sure where the other one's at. It's probably going to be very hard to find this guy in this sea of villagers right here. They are attempting to breed. They might successfully breed, so that would probably mean that the villagers, there's a problem. Those guys just failed to breed over there. These guys just failed to breed. That's good. Don't breed, my boys. Do not do it. Whatever you do, do not breed. That's a good sign. They've stopped breeding and everything, so that's really good. It appears that they do recognize that there are not an infinite amount of beds in this village right here, and thus they will not have enough places for the children to sleep and everything. But anyways, I still gotta locate the leather worker. Luckily, looks like he's right on over here. I'm sorry I hit your buddy with an axe. It really wasn't my intention, okay? I hope you forgive me with all those emeralds and all that good business and everything. But anyways, yeah, hopefully that guy forgives me. Yeah, okay, so that's good, that's good. Not a single new villager from that, meeting right there, which is extremely good. Now, in theory, hopefully we did this right here. The beds, they should all be in place and everything. So, we won't have a whole bunch of villagers crowding around the beds trying to claim it. But this right here, this is probably what you're looking at right here. You'll notice that this guy doesn't have any of the sparkles, so he does not recognize this as a bed that he's actually trying to claim. What they were doing before is that they were all claiming the bed at the same time, but only one could sleep there, basically, because it's already being slept in and everything. But no sparkle particles. I think this is good. This is fantastic. We've solved the overpopulation. In theory. I gotta go check some of the other places right here, but it is looking good. Now, the only unfortunate thing is that obviously we have all these other guys just wandering around and stuff. That's just gonna be a natural effect right here. You know, the villagers vastly outnumber the beds now, which is a bit of a problem, but we'll build more buildings later. We'll rip down this building eventually, in theory. And eventually we'll have an equal number of beds, workstations, and villages, or villagers, in this village right here. Imagine having a village within a village. Baby villager, there's a bed right in here, my dude. You crazy child, you're gonna get caught by your parents there, buddy. You better go inside. You know, there are monsters out here. We really don't want that. Kids these days, am I right? But anyways, I'm gonna take a nap myself in just a few minutes once I can verify that nothing bad is happening here with the breeding process. There are no beds in here, obviously, so nothing to worry about right here. But we're going to check right on over here as well. It does look like we got a guy sleeping in there. Got another guy just chilling out in the garden out front right here. It does look like, though, that they do recognize that there are a limited amount of beds in this village, which is excellent. Mission accomplished right there, in my opinion. So, yep, time to take a nap. Another one. There we go. I could have literally just did that in the previous episode, but that didn't end up happening because I was stupid and I want to try other solutions as well. We got a pretty good video out of that, though. That's probably a rare occurrence I'll never get to document again, so there we go. I've got to trade all this off, but basically what the last episode was originally going to be, it was originally going to be the episode where we moved the melon farm. Basically, I'm kind of getting sick of having that melon farm out there right next to the skeleton farm that I never use anymore. It's in a little bit of an awkward position where we can't really get a path going through there that looks like natural, I guess. It's in a little bit of a weird space. I want to tear it down and put it on top of the pumpkin farm, so that's what we're gonna do today. It's basically that building right on over there. We got three pumpkin patches on 3 floors right there. It's pretty efficient. That's why we have so many farmers right here and everything. And yeah, it's basically what we're gonna do pretty much. Now, I do believe I originally intended for that farm to end at its height it's at right now. So we might have to do a little bit of changes to that build right there on the roof. So it's gonna require a little bit of roof work. So this is basically the farm right here. The entrance is right on over here. It's a little bit tacky, it's growing a little bit old, and yeah, we're gonna move it pretty much. So what this is gonna entail is we're going to break every single one of those melons right there with the normal axe right here. This is a silk touch axe I've been using. We're gonna go in there, break it with a fortune axe, that way it drops the melons, craft the melons into the melon seeds, and then we're gonna plant the melon seeds in the new area that we're gonna create on the roof of the pumpkin farm, pretty much. It's gonna be quite a process. Now, do I have that axe on me? No, but I have 2 silk touch pickaxes on me. Makes total sense. I'm probably might be getting this confused with another world. But I just want to make sure if I actually do have that axe on me. If that axe actually exists, I'm going to go check the ender chest real quick. Going on in here. We do have an axe. It's probably the spare axe, but it'll do because this does not have silk touch on it. So we're gonna go grab those melons real quick. All right, and after mining a few rows, I'm pretty sure this is gonna be more than enough seeds right here, potentially. In fact, maybe like several times more than enough, potentially. So I'm just gonna break all this using the normal axe right here. I'm just gonna put all the remaining melons right here, except these whole block ones, obviously. We're gonna go trade these off real quick. And then, we'll start working on the patch on the roof, basically. Now, it does look like we only have one block on the roof right there, so we might not have to destroy anything, but we're definitely gonna have to break a hole up there for a staircase and everything. So, not as much destruction as I thought there would be, but still a little bit of destruction, not gonna lie. Fortunately, I haven't traded with any of these new farmers except this guy right here, and he's accepting pumpkins, because of course. Any other guys okay, you're also accepting pumpkins only. What about you? Also pumpkins. My goodness, so many pumpkin guys around here. I'm just gonna check on over here, because honestly, that's 2 more villagers, or 3 more villagers, than I thought I'd be able to trade with over there in this area. But it appears I have to go to the old crowd right on over here that's been here since what feels like the beginning, honestly, with the length of this series. But anyways, now that we've made some quick emeralds right there, I am going to go to the top right there. Not before grabbing some freaking stairs, of course. We're going to need a little bit of sandstone and a lot of dirt to do this. And a little bit of wood planks too, but luckily I've been farming a little bit of oak trees lately. So that should easily be a breeze. No material shortage right there, and I'm thinking we'll just do the glass wall off camera pretty much between episodes or something, because I've already done that like several times. And quite frankly, I just think that would be a little bit repetitive to do. But anyways, sandstone. We got a little bit of that right here, and a whole lot of that right in here. Don't mind if I do. Now, dirt. We might be running a little bit low on that, not gonna lie. Because I haven't been doing a lot of terraforming lately in the dirt and stuff. It's mostly been out on the beach right there. That's what that is. It's not a desert, it's a beach. But yeah, so there's not really a lot of dirt out on the beach, to be honest. So yeah, not really picking up a lot of dirt, to be honest, you know? Not a lot of dirt out there. And it's not really looking like we got a lot of dirt in here either. So lately I've been off camera, been breaking down this terrain right here for dirt, and it looks like we're gonna have to do that again pretty much. It's gonna look a little hideous, but eventually we'll use this land for something in the future. And in digging up a lot of dirt, I've also dug up some coal right here. It looks to be a pretty big vein too, pretty nice, we'll take it. So basically in the building right here, I've got 2 staircases on each side for symmetry, and these staircases obviously go to the next floor, and they're in the same position on every single floor. So we got to make sure we maintain our consistency right here. The staircase on this floor is going to go right here, it's looking like. So let me just check right here. The foot of the staircase is going to be right in front of the freaking, right below the torch right here pretty much. So we're going to need a little bit of stairs, obviously. How did I do it down here? I did it, okay, so there is no block right beneath the first stair right here. It's just, you know, stair. Standard stair. Of course, it's going to be really hard to position this. Just a little bit annoying to do this, but there we go. We'll worry about the other staircase later, I'm thinking, once all the sandstone is in place and everything. Now, breaking the wood right on up here, it is looking like we've only got 1 layer roof right here, which is pretty convenient for me. You know, I ain't got to go through and break anything. And here we are. So we're going to build the patch right on top of this right here. And I got to say, this does look pretty weird, not going to lie. It almost kind of feels like a one-chunk survival type thing right here. Like, look at this. I don't know. It's just really weird seeing, like, a floor that's completely made out of wood like this, you know? Just a little bit weird, you know, it kind of feels like one of those weird super flat worlds I know we've all created when we were kids. But anyways, positioning is going to be key right here. So obviously the wall is going to be right here and everything. But the sandstone, that's what we're going to want to get in position first. So that is going to be right around here, I'm pretty sure. So we're going to have a 2-block layer right here. So the wall's going to be here. And then the depth on the outside of the wall is going to be right here. So that means we're going to have 2 blocks of wood surrounding this whole thing. Now, how much space do we have? Okay, so it's just another block right here next to the staircase. And then I'm pretty sure it's only 1 block in the back, maybe. I'm going to check that, obviously. Of course, I can't really do so from here because, you know, it's a little bit of a distance. We got to go all the way back downstairs. Going on down here, gonna be really careful not to trample the crops right here. You know, the reason why I kind of built this whole place is that way mobs wouldn't do that. But we've only got one block back here, so I'm just gonna mirror that on top real quick. Then this region right in here, this is where the actual field is gonna be. So we're gonna fill this area up with dirt. I'm pretty sure we have enough, and if we don't, I'm sure I'll find out. All right, that's all the blocks placed, and we were 10 short. Man. That is something, am I right? Yeah, so I am obviously going to get that in a couple of minutes, but we're just going to do the staircase right now because, you know, we're not going to be using any more sandstone in this build, at least not for now. I gotta say, this is like the only Minecraft world I've ever had where, like, I've had more sand available to me than, you know, dirt, like a normal person here. Now, we do gotta pay attention, to this right here, you know. We gotta figure out how big we want the opening, and it appears that that's just going to be whatever the stair ends up being on top. So I'm just gonna break. Do I want to break that? I think I'm just gonna do a little something like that for now, obviously. When a floor inevitably gets built on top of this one, you know, it'll obviously change and everything, but I really just want to maintain my symmetry right here. Alright, I think that might be the staircase in place. Pretty good. Yes, sir. Love to see it. Alright, there we go. 10 blocks of dirt successfully harvested. Now we can finally finish this. Oh, wait, I need the wood, too. Can't forget the wood. 17 planks is definitely not going to be anywhere near enough to cut it. Where did I put all that freaking oak wood that I harvested? It's probably in one of these barrels right here, but as you can see, we don't know until we actually open the thing up because of how beautifully organized these things are. I'd love to build a sorting system, but I am way too lazy if you couldn't already tell. Here we go. Only took me like 60 tries. And there we go. The patch section is officially complete. Now it's time to lay down all the seeds. Now good, I do have the pattern right here. Pretty nice. So basically what this whole thing does is it makes the melons generate basically right here in this region. They're all in a row pretty much, and you can easily just go right down said row and break them pretty fast too. It's really efficient. Alright, all the seeds are in place. Some of them are even growing, which is pretty nice right here, but now all we gotta do is finish off the edge right here because it's looking a little bit uneven in my eyes. And there we go. So it's officially done, at least for now, within the context of the video. Obviously I'm gonna build the rest of it off camera and everything. But, yeah, I can officially label this video as, like, I don't know, a rooftop melon patch video. So, yeah, there we go. It is looking a little bit dry right now, you know, it is looking a little bit stale, a little bit flat right here. But when we add the walls, it's going to look a little something like this down here. It's going to look great. Anyways, now the only thing left to do is to go and compost all these seeds right here, as well as add a little bit of a nice touch right here to, you know, this building right here, give it a proper path and everything. Apparently I used cut sandstone for the bottom floor right there, so that might be a little bit of an inconsistency. But yeah, I'm going to need just a little bit more sandstone. And there we go, it's looking a lot more joined up with the rest of the base, if you ask me. To end off the video, we're just going to hop right on over to the village yet again. I just want to make sure everything's still going smoothly over there. We don't have any breeding mishaps. And then I think that'll basically be a video pretty much. Looking outside right here. We do have a guy just chilling out here, just a cleric in the middle of the night, just chilling in the crop field. Pretty standard villager behavior. And it doesn't look like they're fighting over the beds anymore, which is still fantastic. Super glad that we were able to solve this problem right here, because that would have had some serious consequences if these villagers would just keep on spawning endlessly. Not really noticing anything new here, you know, if we just go into this building right here. Nothing's going on right here, you know, they're all obviously hovering near the beds and everything because they want to sleep, but you know, normal villager behavior, they're not claiming it all at once like they were before, no sparkle particles, and I think that is mission accomplished here as well. So anyways, if you liked what you saw, make sure you like, comment, subscribe. I will see you in the next video. These golems, they're attacking a village or a freaking spider through a wall, not a villager, they would never do that. Yeah, I'm going to work on this farm right on up there and everything. It'll look good. This building will be higher and stuff. But yeah, that's all I've really got to say. See you later.